What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of After Credits. Today we're doing a review for a film we just saw called The Godfather.
It's one of those special things. I think there's one of those Fathom events. It's like in one night only, and I thought it was a religious movie. Like,
yeah, we were just honestly just looking for time to kill, and we'd seen this movie and it's like 3 hours.
No, you were looking for time to kill. I'm busy doing other videos, but you're just like, hey, this new movie came out. Fucking check it out. I was like,
I'd heard good things.
See, I thought you were gonna send me to some like God's Not Dead bullshit, but I'm totally willing to deal with that because those movies are hilarious. No, this movie's actually really, really fucking good.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Holy
First, you should say this is not a
It's not a Jesus. Well, it's kind of a Jesus movie.
There's Jesus elements to it.
Yeah.
But it's not a kill Muslims movie.
This movie has the racial sensibilities of those movies.
Yeah, you get to see.
I've never heard anybody being called a guinea more times in my life than I have in this movie.
Well, you do get to hear what's his face, the dad from Elf, drop a hard R.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man.
This movie's about a mob boss. Well, he's a classy dude. He's like community member. They call him the Godfather. That's why the movie's called. Played by the Marlon Brando, who
I saw him in a movie in class that one time. I think it's called On the Waterfront.
Yeah, I've seen him in like a few other like older movies.
I saw him in Superman.
Yeah,
he's like 5 minutes in Superman.
Yeah. Didn't he get paid like
$20?
No, he got paid like a ridiculous amount of money for that.
I bet you he did.
Like, he got paid like more than Christopher Reeve.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, literally a good portion of that movie's budget was spent on. Anyway, but
they needed the magical stylings of a man who goes through this movie suddenly.
Marlon Brando plays a
mob boss.
Old mob boss known as the Godfather. His name is Vito Corleone, or Don Corleone is the title that they give him. Who his daughter is getting married. His daughter's played by Talia Shire from Rocky, and you get this in his. And so the opening scene sort of introduces you just to all of his family. His son Michael, played by Al Pacino, from like
Jack and Jill.
Yeah, he showed up at Jack and Jill. He plays one of his sons, Michael, who's just returning from war. James Caan, from Elf, plays his other son, Sonny, who's kind of a hothead.
This was they did really good CG work on James Caan.
Yeah.
Because holy shit.
Also stars Robert Duvall, you may have seen, and I know he was in The Judge, that one movie with Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, he was in that one movie with the Haley Joel Osment, Secondhand Lines.
Yeah, yep. Yeah. He's been in a few other movies, and he plays Marlon Brando's like adopted son. He's like, he grew up with the family.
I don't think he's adopted. I think he's like been with the family so long that he treats him like a son. Yeah,
Al Pacino refers to him as his brother in the opening scene with Diane Keaton. But it's
looking hot as fuck.
Yeah, she's pretty foxy in this movie.
Yeah, man. I loved her in The Big Wedding. It's a weird take, because most of these movies revolve on the crime boss as just crime boss, as this mythical guy that you don't see or whatnot. This one almost makes the mob business feel like just another day at work. Yeah. Like, you'd imagine once he gets done with talking to people who need favors and like organizing the family business, he just goes home at 5, punches in the clock, and fucking eats oranges. And
the whole thing with the Godfather is that he'll give people favors in the hopes they would,
They keep talking about in this movie about the difference between business and personal, and somehow Marlon Brando has found a way to navigate both.
Yeah.
The fact that he doesn't charge people money for shit, he charges favors. It's this idea that it's about a relationship, not a transaction.
Right.
And I thought that was fascinating to see this kind of business, gambling, hookers, and all that shit. It's led by someone who thinks in the way of the community. It's a strange fucking character, but it totally works.
But if you don't want to know anything else, spoiler alert, if you don't want to know anything else about this movie, which we're going to both say that we like this movie a lot.
Oh, this movie's fantastic. So this movie's easily the best movie I've seen this year.
Scroll to the time code right here. You'll get our non-spoiler thoughts and scores out of 6 stars. And this isn't what you would think of as a traditional epic, because epics are usually like, I guess this is kind of a period piece, because like the way that they captured like the 70s looks fantastic. Like, it's some of the best production design. I'm also gonna say, like, I'm a sucker for musical scores. The score in the movie is fantastic.
Did you notice that every song in this uses the same theme? It's like da 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 da. But depending on what's backing it up. The
Right.
small things that are backing it up. It can be romantic. It could be like a fucking horror movie.
Yeah, like the scene where
Just-
in the diner.
In the diner, I was thinking the scene where, oh fuck, who dies? It's the horsehead guy.
Oh shit. Okay, we gotta talk about this.
Oh
'cause
my
this is
god,
amazing.
a friend of the family, and he comes to sing at Talia Shire's wedding, and Michael Keaton. Ooh.
Marlon Brando and he's like saying
Whoops.
that he wants to get
This
cast.
movie would have been great with Michael Keaton, though.
Oh yeah, and he wants to be in this movie, and the producer is saying "fuck you," and so Robert Duvall goes to deal with this fucker producer guy, and essentially the producer guy turns him down. But before that, there's the scene where he's showing him around, and he shows him this horse he has, and then the next fucking scene, dude wakes up in his bed and lifts up the sheets, and there's this giant fuck off horse head in there. And it looked really good.
It's the same fucking horse head, just like, you could even see like the neck vertebrae at the end of it too. I was like, oh fuck! Because at this point,
and the best part is you see him yell, like you just hear this yell echo, and they just zoom out a little bit each shot.
it's like those weird cartoons where everybody's like, no!
Yeah.
But this one feels earned.
Yeah.
Because you can understand that this dude's fucking horrified.
Yeah.
He tells you he paid like $600,000 for this horse, and there it is, fucking bleeding by his crotch.
Oh, it's great.
Oh my god. It gives you the great understanding of how messed up and how hard of a badass that Vito can be.
Yeah.
Because most of the movie you hear stories before this, like, oh, he put a gun up to the guy's head, whatever.
Oh,
no.
yeah, that's
fucking authorized the fucking chop a man's horse in like pieces.
Within that scene, you totally understand, you know, the power that this guy has. It's hard to like talk because there's so much that happens in
There's
this movie.
so much. I want to go back to what you were saying about epics earlier, because with epics like silence, there are big themes or big like focal points like religion, or like the not Shawshank, like Lawrence of Arabia. There's a giant journey, there's a desert.
Yeah.
With this, it's about a family.
It's essentially,
but it's some of the best character writing.
Yeah.
There's not a bad character in this movie.
every character like has a scene that, you know, each character has something to do in this movie, and that's why like I didn't mind the fact that this movie was like 3 hours.
Yeah, this movie's fucking 3 hours long.
This is probably like one
It's
of
the shortest feeling 3-hour movie I've ever seen.
When you think of mafia movies, you think of something like, I don't know, like something like Gangster Squad. People are just like shooting.
You think of something like really plot heavy, and I never felt like, even though there's a lot of shit that happens, I never felt like we have to do this, to get to this, to be this, to have this person say this line that'll make them go there. Everything just kind of happens. It's like you're a fly on the wall.
I would say that Al Pacino is the main character, but it really does kind of feel like an ensemble piece. Like, because like a good part of the, you know, I guess like when we've seen the credits, like Marlon Brando was top billed,
and
but he disappears like halfway through the movie because like basically he gets shot and he doesn't die.
Dude, did not see that coming.
He gets shot.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah, another mob family tries to kill him. He survives, and essentially Duvall, Khan, and Pacino are all
trying to figure out what to do, how to keep all the families from fighting each other.
Vito kind of returns. He's trying to bring peace between the 5 families, which are all these other, you know, mafia bosses, all these other crime families.
Isn't that fascinating? That in any other mob movie, if the mob boss got a hit on him, he'd be like, fuck these guys, I'm starting all-out war. But Vito has this way of dealing with the mob that is not like anyone else's. Maybe it's because of his age, and maybe he's seen enough shit that he knows that this could be a cycle. Yeah, and he also doesn't want his sons to get into the family business.
Yeah, well, it's also they kill James Caan.
Dude, they don't just kill James Caan.
Yeah.
It's like watching it's like watching The Devil's Rejects. That initial scene where they fucking like Bonnie and Clyde the fuck out of the...
And there's some quality blood in this movie. It was like RoboCop blood squibs.
Fuck yeah, man. Thank God someone continually does blood squibs.
I don't know a ton about Francis Ford Coppola. I think he did that movie Jack with Robin Williams.
Fuck, was that... Who did Hook?
That was Spielberg.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A fucking car bomb
I was
that
about
quite
to-
literally comes out of the fucking nowhere.
Yeah, so part of the
It looked like that bitch actually died.
earlier in the movie, Al Pacino murders these two guys in order to like escape persecution from like the cops and stuff. He goes, where does he go?
He goes to Sicily.
He goes to Sicily, and he's just trying to lay low there. He ends up marrying this hot chick, and
Yeah, Apollonia. She had that really cute scene though, where he was teaching her how to drive, and she's like, "Fuck you, I can drive."
yeah, and then he finds out his brother died, and she's like, "I'm the car."
That's kind of fucked up sense of... This movie's got a fucked up sense of humor.
This movie's great.
So there's one scene where I openly laughed, and I'm pretty sure it's the most terrible time I laughed, because Talia Shore's husband, he's a domestic abuser, and he starts beating her with a belt and like chasing her around the house. And there's one point when he's beating her that like she hid behind the curtains and he's going after her in the curtains. The camera pans away, and on the left side of the screen you can see him just like his head's caught in the curtains. He's like, and I started laughing really loud, but then I realized how inappropriate that sounded.
Yeah, you have a twisted sense of humor.
I like the little scenes in this. Like, I like that scene when Marlon Brando's playing with his grandson. He like puts oranges in his mouth and he starts chasing his grandson like a dinosaur or something.
And it's weird, because like
That's a really sweet scene.
yeah, and it's like, oh yeah, this guy just murders people and stuff too. It's interesting.
But no, you forget it, because right now you're
he's
just
like-
watching a grandfather with his son, and
Right.
he's chasing his son through the tomato plants, and then he gets this, I guess, like coughing fit, passes out, and then that's when he dies.
Yeah.
You see this dude throughout the entire movie say stuff like, "Have you hung out with your family and your wife? Like, how are they? Are they treated
Yeah.
well?" He's so focused on family and the importance of leaving your job at your job and spending time with the people that matters, that the fact that he died with his grandson happy kind of made me tear up a little bit. That'd be one of maybe the top 5 ways I'd want to go out.
I mean, number one would probably be like,
I was shot through a cannon into a sea of fucking sharks with laser beams on their freaking heads.
I mean, I was just gonna like jump off a building, but
That's
like
lame.
So if you scroll to the time code, welcome back. We're gonna give you our non-spoiler thoughts and scores out of 6 stars for The Godfather.
For a movie that I've never heard of and only knew anything about today, like showed up to the theater, walked in blind and cold, holy shit, is this good.
Yeah, it's really good. It's shot beautifully. Each scene has something important and interesting to say, but it's also like really watchable. Like, I was totally engrossed in all these characters and their stories, and like honestly, like, I mean, I would like to see another one of these movies. Like, I could see like a sequel to this.
I want a movie that's like 3 hours of Vito just listening to favors, because I feel like that'd be both hilarious and insightful.
But
I like Vito more than I like Michael.
see, I like them both, but I think that there's like, I mean, there's questions about like Vito's like past that like I think would be interesting to see.
It would be fun to see where he gets that mentality of like treating the mafia business like something, like a community. I really
but I do
want
want to see what happens to Michael after the end of the movie.
I really hope this does well. I mean, it's only being shown in one theater, which is fucking weird.
Brando's great. The character, the voice works
Surprisingly.
surprisingly.
Even though it sounds like a drunken vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
I want a vacuum cleaner that sounds like Marlon Brando just saying,
Dumbass.
but anyway.
Like literally every actor in this movie is awesome.
Yeah.
The score is fucking great.
Yeah.
You know what?
Are we doing the Pacific Rim Meld?
No, because that's 5, and this is 6.
What?
6 fucking stars.
No, wait, I thought the Pacific Rim Meld was whenever we felt the same score, because I think 6 too.
Oh, not
This is like easily one of the best fucking movies of the year.
5.
No,
High
5's
6
like,
me.
Yeah.
High 6 me.
Okay.
Yeah. This was like a one-night event for us. I don't know if this is playing in your theater.
Yeah.
I would recommend like seeing this. If you could see this in theaters, try to do so, because I don't know if
I
it would
would
get.
see it as a matinee, only because it's really long and you can't like, if you have a really long day at work, you might fall asleep.
I had to piss through like the last third of this movie, but I stayed in my seat. I didn't want to miss anything. But yeah, like, 6 stars from both of us. We totally recommend going to see this. And if you like this video, please click the like button down below. Also make sure to subscribe to be the first to know whenever we have new content. We got Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I've got a blog, liammgohand.wordpress.com. I review every movie I see. I don't know if I'm going to put up a review for this, but whatever. Our friend Noah is the Cinema Geek on Instagram. You can check him out. Link is down below.
Thank you all very, very much for watching. Take care. Good night.